Welcome to Wearside Under the Lights this Monday evening, where Sunderland welcome Everton in a fixture laden with contrast. The Black Cats are flying, newly promoted but unbeaten at home and sitting high in the table. Everton arrive under darker skies, inconsistent form, poor away results and the weight of expectation. Sunderland have been soaring since the start of the season. 2 wins on the bounce, 10 points from a possible 12 at home, and only 2 goals conceded at their ground all season. For the Black Cats, this is a chance to reinforce the growing sense that they're no one-season wonder. A win, in fact, would incredibly lift them into second position after 10 games. Everton, on the other hand, have been slipping recently, especially away from home. 3 of their 4 away games have ended in defeat. For the Toffees, it's a must-stop-the-skid encounter. Fail here and the season could spiral further. However, a win will take them from 15th and looking down the table to 12th and a chance to look further up the table. This is, of course, also a bittersweet night for Everton manager Moyes, who was manager here at Sunderland for the 2016-17 season when they were relegated after finishing in 20th position. Team news: Sunderland are unchanged from the side who beat Chelsea 2-1 last time out. One change for Everton from their 3-0 loss to Tottenham as Tierno Barry replaces Beto up top as coach David Moyes tries to solve his striker problem. Kick-off, a crisp November evening in Wearside, the floodlights shimmering over red and white scarves, the echo of Wise Men Say rolling around the Stadium of Light. The whistle blows and we're underway. Everton start on the front foot. There's urgency about them, a tempo that surprises the home crowd. Pickford launches long, Barry climbs, flicks it into space, and Garner hammers one narrowly wide. Barely a minute in, and Sunderland are jolted awake. Moyes' men have clearly come to play. Xhaka is already trying to orchestrate things for the home side. He's waving his arms and pointing to where his teammates need to be. He's a crucial cog for Libris. Sunderland try to find their rhythm, but Everton's press is relentless. Dewsbury-Hall, who has looked lively in the early stages, hounds Xhaka. Grealish glides in from the left and Ndiaye buzzes between the lines. Every misplaced pass from Sunderland is met by a groan. Just over 7 minutes in, and Grealish's pass releases Dewsbury-Hall into space. He again produces a decent half-turn to create space for a cross, pulling the ball back for Ndiaye to get a shot away. However, a desperate block comes in before Barry's rebound is also blocked. Good defending from the home side. It was a big feature of their win at Chelsea last time out, and once again Sunderland are throwing bodies in the way to block shots from dangerous positions. Everton look sharp though. They have started this game well. Just short of the 15-minute mark, Sunderland have a rare foray forward. Traore battles well to get to a bouncing ball. He's slightly off balance after a challenge from Tarkowski, but he still gets a shot away. It's a good strike from just outside the box, but the ball flashes over the crossbar. A little bit better from Sunderland, who have been second best so far. They just have not got going yet, and that is credit to Everton. The Toffees will be anxious to get something out of this period while still on top. They have the ball now after Barry pinches possession in midfield from Sadiki. He threads a quick pass into Ndiaye, halfway inside the Sunderland half, who runs direct at the Sunderland backline. He breaks through 2 challenges at the edge of the box, then cuts left towards the penalty spot, wrong-footing 2 more defenders. He's going for the shot. Goal! What a goal by Ndiaye! He curls a beautiful left footer beyond Roefs into the far corner. A wonderful goal. The away end erupts, a sea of blue bouncing in the upper tier. Sunderland's defenders stare at each other, shell-shocked. Sunderland looking for a foul on Sadiki in the build-up, which VAR is having a look at, but the hosts don't get what they want. Everton celebrate a stunning opener. That could be a candidate for goal of the season, not to mind goal of the month. The game restarts and Sunderland's Noah Sadiki is a bit lucky here. He thinks he's fouled by Ndiaye, but he doesn't get the decision and bounces to his feet and absolutely charges into James Garner. Petulant and silly, worthy of a yellow, and that's what he gets. Shortly after, Mukiele also goes in the book for dissent, and his teammates have to drag him away. The temperature has gone up a few notches at the Stadium of Light. The Sunderland players need to take a breath. They seem to have lost their heads, as well as going a goal behind. It's all Everton now, anxious to inflict more damage on the Black Cats while they are unsettled. The Toffees move the ball with confidence, 1- and 2-touch football, Dewsbury-Hall knitting play through midfield, Grealish teasing defenders with his balance and control. They're cutting through Sunderland's shape with ease. Everton come again, Grealish on the ball on the edge of the box. He stops, surveying his options. He then shifts the ball onto his right foot and shoots. Oh, it's off the post! Roefs dived for it, but I think he was beaten. Oh, actually, watching the replay, it went through the legs of Xhaka, which could have incited the keeper. But Everton playing some really good football. This has been an awkward opening 25 minutes or so for Sunderland. They've looked so secure on the return to the Premier League, but tonight they look shaky. Everton have been able to break forward with ease. Just short of the half-hour mark now, Grealish on the ball again on the left wing. He has that nonchalant look about him when he's on the ball, but you know he is scanning and looking for an opening. Talk about nonchalant, that cross into the box is almost like a back pass you'd send to your keeper, but it goes all the way through to the 6-yard box, where Barry has stolen in from behind his marker. He must score! No! Oh! How did he miss that? Barry blazes over from 6 yards, when it looked easier to score. Moyes turns away on the touchline, hands on head, disbelief. He knows that's a big moment in this game. Everton have scored a goal of the season contender, and now they've got a miss of the season contender. What about that pass though from Grealish? Top class. Everton have had 7 shots, but worryingly for them only 1 on target, which was their goal. For Jordan Pickford on his return to the Stadium of Light, it has been a quiet evening so far. He has not had to make a save yet. That miss from Barry seems to have woken up Sunderland. First, Geertruida fires in a volley which dips over the top from the edge of the penalty area. Then Enzo Lefebvre passes to Wilson Isidor, but he takes a touch, and that gives Keane the opportunity to get the block in with some solid defending. Excellent defending from Keane, but a decent 10 minutes or so now from the Black Cats. Will Everton regret that Barry miss? The home crowd rally, clapping in rhythm, chanting the manager's name. Bit by bit, Sunderland are finding a foothold. Reinildo crunches into a tackle. Mukiele pushes forward down the flank, and suddenly there's a spark. Xhaka's influence is growing in the game. He's encouraging and instructing his younger teammates. Slowly Everton's press begins to fade. Sunderland are playing higher up the pitch. Lefebvre and Sadiki combining neatly on the left. Isidor dragging Keane wide, forcing Everton's shape to stretch. The change of moving Sunderland forward is having the effect. Just before half-time, we have chaos in the Everton box. Keane is strong and clears Mukiele's initial throw. The ball is whipped back in though, and Ballard flings himself at the ball. He doesn't make a clean connection, and Keane has to be brave to head the ball clear again as Everton survive. Lefebvre is able to deliver another cross into the box, but Pickford punches clear. Very brave defending from Keane, the Everton centre-half. The Stadium of Light senses a shift, but may be asking where this version of Sunderland was for the first 30 minutes. Then the whistle goes for half-time. Everton lead by that early moment of magic from Ndiaye, but Sunderland have clawed their way back into the contest. There's belief in the stands now. Here are some half-time stats for you. Everton did not face a single shot on target for just the second time in the opening half of a Premier League away game this calendar year, also 0 at Brighton in January. Meanwhile, it is just the second time that Sunderland have trailed at half-time in the Premier League this season, alongside their 2-0 defeat by Manchester United in October. The players are out for the second half with no changes from either team. Sunderland get us underway. And the Black Cats take the initiative from the start. Lefebvre drives into the Everton penalty area, but the ball rebounds out to Xhaka, who decides to shoot first time from the edge of the box. Goal! What a start to the half from Sunderland! Granit Xhaka scores his first goal for Sunderland. Is there nothing at all at this point in time that this man cannot do? Sunderland fans will answer in the negative. Oh, replays show his shot takes a wicked deflection off Tarkowski's boot, looping over Pickford and nestling into the net. The stadium explodes. The captain wheels away to the corner flag, thumping his chest, accepting the applause from the fans. Sunderland are back on level terms. It's 1-1 now. Can Sunderland build on that, or can Everton rediscover the drive they had at the start of the first half? The game has restarted and Sunderland come again. Enzo Lofé, who is becoming more influential in the game, attempts a strike that bounces off teammate Wilson Isidor, and Jordan Pickford does superbly to adjust himself and make an excellent save by flinging an arm up when he was already on the ground. What a start to the second half for the Black Cats. Everton are on the ropes here, not even 4 minutes into the second half. Someone call Everton out from the dressing room because they haven't turned up here yet. 10 minutes into the half, the momentum is entirely red and white. Of the last 10 shots in the game, 9 have gone to Sunderland to Everton's 1. This game has turned on its head. Xhaka is continuing to dominate in midfield. Everton really need to get a handle on him. He's snapping into tackles, spraying passes wide. Mukiele's throws are becoming a weapon again, raining into the Everton box. Keane and Tarkowski are throwing themselves at everything, but it feels like the tide is irresistible. Moyes, though, has seen enough. He needs to get Everton playing in the Sunderland half again. He sends on Beto for Barry, who must still be playing that miss over and over in his head. As it stands, 1 apiece, Sunderland will move from 7th to 4th. If they do score a winner, they jump above Liverpool and Manchester City into 2nd. Their next match? At home against leaders Arsenal for a potential 2nd versus 1st clash. A dream start to the season indeed. On the hour mark, a big loss for Everton. Ndiaye, their goalscorer, pulls up clutching his thigh. He limps off, replaced by McNeil. The rhythm that had defined their first half dominance seems a long time ago now. The Toffee fans will be hoping this is just a precautionary change. They will need their talisman in the games to come. The Stadium of Light has become a wall of noise now. Every tackle cheered, every interception celebrated. Lebris instructs his fullbacks to push even higher. Everton are penned inside their own half. Oh, now Sunderland want a penalty. Ballard flicks Mukiele's long throw on. The ball bounces around the penalty area and the ball does appear to hit Garner Gueye's arm, but only after coming off his head and then his chest. VAR checks and quickly clears the incident, and rightly so. Amazingly, after how the first 30 minutes went, Everton are hanging on here. Now more screams for a penalty from the Sunderland players and fans. Sadiki turns away from Keane at the byline. He gets a cross away and the ball hits Keane's arm. Is his arm away from his body? VAR takes a look, but again it's cleared. No penalty. That one is one of those where you might say, I've seen them given. Everton continue to hang on. I don't think they can survive a third penalty claim against them, no matter how slight or soft it may be. Sunderland have dominated this second half, but tellingly and disappointingly for them, just the one shot on target. A lot of that is down to how well Keane and Tarkowski have played at centre half today for Everton. They have cleared nearly everything so far. We're into the 75th minute and Everton try to steady themselves, but their midfield has vanished. Dewsbury-Hall looks leggy, O'Brien pinned deep, Garner chasing shadows. The visitors' early composure is gone. 15 minutes remain, Sunderland scents victory. Traore has the ball out wide. He crosses for Isidor just outside the 6-yard box, who swings his foot to shoot, but he fails to make a good connection and the ball dribbles into Pickford's arms. 10 minutes of normal time to go and Sunderland have a corner. Can they score the goal that will take them up to 2nd in the table? Surely a great incentive for these players. Xhaka takes the corner. It's cleared, but he's going to get another opportunity. He whips in a superb cross to find Mukiele, who misses from close range. That was a super chance for the hosts. What a delivery again from Xhaka. Sunderland decide to make changes. Brobbey replaces Isidor and Talbi comes on for Traore. Moyes counters with Alcaraz and Iliman for O'Brien and Dewsbury-Hall. Sunderland have had 17 shots, their most in a league match this season. although as we said, disappointingly for them, only 3 of them have been on target. On 85 minutes, Everton have a rare chance to threaten in this half. Mykolenko latches onto Xhaka's loose pass. He drives the ball at goal early and forces Roefs into a smart save. That is about as good as it has been for Everton this half. They are unrecognisable to the team that started the game. The same, though, can also be said about Sunderland. It has been a game of 1/3 and 2/3, not a game of 2 halves. The board goes up for 6 minutes of added time, which is received with much more gusto by the home fans than the away fans. With all of Sunderland's dominance in the second half, I have to keep reminding myself that this game is still a draw. Oh, wait now, Everton on the counter. They couldn't, could they? McNeil and Alcaraz sprint clear. They have a 2 versus 1, but oh no! They get it all wrong, with Alcaraz eventually crowded out as Sunderland get bodies back. What a waste for the visitors. After the second half they have had, that was almost a smash and grab. And that's it. The final whistle blows and the points are shared. Sunderland 1, Everton 1. The 2 managers share a brief handshake, their faces telling different stories. One of relief, one of opportunity missed. For Sunderland, it's pride mixed with what if. They stay unbeaten at home, climb to 4th, and show once again their resilience. But after that second half onslaught, they'll feel they should have taken all 3 points. Granit Xhaka, the captain, leads his team toward the Roker end, applauding the supporters. His equaliser may have been deflected, but it's a symbol of their spirit, the same iron will that's made the Stadium of Light a fortress again. Credit to Sunderland coach Lebris, his half-time tweak of pushing Xhaka 10 yards higher and unleashing Lefay's passing range changed everything. For Everton, a game that slipped through their fingers. Ndiaye's brilliance lit up the first half, but his injury drained their rhythm. Barry's missed sitter looms large, as does the woodwork that denied Grealish. They had Sunderland on the ropes, but lacked ruthlessness, and once the momentum turned, they were simply overwhelmed. Moyes' body language says it all, hands in pockets, lips pressed tight. His side defended bravely, and they were hanging on, but they were hanging on by the end. Another draw that feels like a defeat. Sunderland may not have won, but they've reminded everyone they belong here. It finishes here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 1, Everton 1.